Hello, welcome. How are y'all today? Doing good? Awesome, awesome. Thank you for joining us here at the New Orleans Jazz Museum. On behalf of the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park, we're so delighted to have this partnership with the New Orleans Jazz Museum to present to you free programs and free concerts. On today and every Tuesday at 2 p.m., we have the Arrowhead Jazz Band. The Arrowhead Jazz Band is a band comprised of park rangers, park guides, and local musicians that tour all over and have the pleasure of sharing their expertise with us. And so you're probably wondering, why do we have this here? Well, it's to fulfill a mission. The mission of the New Orleans Jazz National Historical Park is to instill a public appreciation for New Orleans jazz music, history, and culture, and as well being a global leader in promoting, protecting, and preserving this American art form, which is jazz. And so again, we have programs here every Tuesday, and we also have programs for the rest of the week, Wednesday through Saturday at 2 p.m. at our various locations. So without further ado, please help me welcome up the band. We have Hunter Miles Davis on drums. Kerry Lewis Sr. on bass. And we are the park rangers for today and any other time. And we have the guests, which Haruka Kakachi on trombone. And Detroit Brooks on guitar. And what makes our programs so unique is that we like to combine entertainment, well, music, and as well as education. So in the middle of our set, we like to open up the floor for any questions that you may have. So please think of those while you're listening to the music. And we're going to start this set off with a tune called On the Sunny Side of the Street. Get your coat and grab your hat. Leave your worries on that doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that bitter bat and that happy tune in your step? Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with my blues on parade, but I'm not afraid. My rover just crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as a Rockefeller with a gold dust all on my feet on the sunny side of the street. Louis. I used to park in the shade with my blues on parade. But I'm not, no, I'm not afraid. My brother just crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller with a gold dust all on my feet on the sunny, on the sunny, on the sunny side of the street. Thank you. So sunny side of the street reflects how hot it is in New Orleans, but it's also a traditional song that is a part of the jazz idiom. And so jazz originated here in New Orleans, and this is one of the first songs that came about, and it's still a part of the tradition. So if students are learning songs in school or learning songs in street university by just going out and playing with folks, they may come across this song. Actually, they will come across this song. So the next song that we will play for you is called Blue Skies, to also reflect how there's not many clouds. Well, today is very interesting, but for the past week it's been sunny skies and blue skies. So yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that. We could do it there. Good eye. One, two, three, four. Blue skies smiling at me. Oh, nothing but blue skies do I see. Oh, bluebirds, they're singing a song. Oh, nothing but bluebirds all day long. I never saw the sun shining so bright, never saw things going so right. I'm noticing the days hurrying by when you're in love. My, how they fly. Blue days, all of them are gone. Oh, nothing but blue skies from now on. You out the sun shining so bright. Never saw things going so right. I'm noticing the days hurrying by. When you're in love, might have been fine. Blue days, all of them are gone. Nothing but blue skies. Nothing but blue skies. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Yeah. So hopefully we keep on getting some clouds and some rain. We need some rain. This has been a dry summer so far. Well, before I move any forward, where are you guys visiting from? Just shout out. Baltimore. Okay, all right. I heard all of that. Shout out to all the places. What you say? That's good. That's good. That's the best spot, honestly. Iowa, Amsterdam. Oh, wow. Spain. Where else? Where else? New York, Jersey. Oh, what? Oh, thank y'all for coming here to New Orleans. I don't know about y'all, but if I had to go someplace during the summer in August, I'm just kidding. We're just so delighted. I hope that y'all maybe enjoyed the Summer Satchmo Fest. Who was here for that? Oh, wonderful, right? Oh, for the people that did not go, shame on you, shame on you. But I'm so glad that we have a festival like that to continue promoting and carrying on the legacy of Louis Armstrong, that his work did not, fail or did not just become forgotten. And so as many greats just like Louis Armstrong, Danny Barker, and so many people that have played a role in this American art form that we have to continue, which is why we are here. And so the next song that we will play for you is another traditional song, a traditional jazz song titled After You've Gone, and it will feature Mr. Kerry Lewis Sr. You got it. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you feel blue, you feel sad. You missed the cutest girl that you ever had. Oh, there will come a time, now don't forget it, there will come a time when you'll regret it. Someday when you grow lonely, your heart will break like mine and you'll want me only. Yes, that's after you've gone away. Oh, after you've gone. Shabba-doo-ba-ba-ba-ba. Shabba-doo-ba-doo-da-doo-da-doo-da. Shabba-boop-boop, wee-da-doo-da-boop-ba-boop-ba-doo-ba-boop-ba-doo-da-doo-ba. After you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying. You feel blue, you feel sad. You missed the coolest ranger you ever had. Oh, there will come a time. Now don't forget it. There will come a time when you'll regret it. Someday when you grow lonely, your heart will break like mine, and you'll want me only after you've gone. After you've gone away, away. After you've gone away. Carrie Lewis Sr., y'all. All right, so we're going to move out of this traditional sound and move to this bossa nova. And bossa nova is pretty popular here in New Orleans, and we'll talk about it after, actually. But let's get into the song. This is Girl from Ipanema, or Boy from Ipanema. One, two, three, four. Tall and tan and young and handsome, the boy from New Orleans goes walking, and when he passes the girls, they all go ooh. But when he walks, he's like a samba that sways so cool and swings so gentle that when he passes them all, they all go ah. Oh, but I watch him so sadly. How can I tell him I love him? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when he goes to he passes those girls, they all go ooh. But when he walks, he's like a samba that sways so cool and swings so gentle that when he passes them all, they all go ah. Oh, but I watch him so sadly. How can I tell him I love him? Yes, I would give my heart gladly. But each day when he goes to the sea, he looks straight ahead but not at me. Tall and tan and young and handsome, the boy from Ipanema goes walking, but when he passes, I smell, but he doesn't see. No, 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 he doesn't see. No, no, he doesn't see. No, 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 he doesn't see. No, no, no. Thank you. So that's it. See you next time. Just kidding. We have about 30 more minutes with you all. So this is the time where you get to ask any questions that you may have about the park, our music, or just anything. Go ahead. There's always someone that has a question. They scared. They can't come to New Orleans and be scared. You gotta have some type of, you know. Oh yes, thank you. How? Since her age, yes. How long have we been doing music? Well, I know I started out at a pretty young age, around 5, singing in church. And then my mom, actually who is here, hey mom. Hey, mom. Everybody say hello. But I started out singing in church, and then my mom took me to do piano lessons. That did not last long. I still am trying to play piano. It's a lifelong journey. But yeah, I've been involved with it for a very long time. I won't tell my age, but I'm still young. Did anyone else start around that time? Yes, no? Yeah, go ahead, somebody. Yeah, come on.
I started to play the music, so my first instrument was not trombone, but piano. My mom just sent to the, to the lessons because my mom loved the piano and the classical music, so it's not my choice, but I really enjoyed to play the piano. But when I was in high school, I met this instrument and this kind of music. I started to play the trombone and jazz at the same time. I also have a 4-year-old boy, a son, but he's, I feel like two different types of a musician in the world. So one is like me, so who start to study the music, but most of the New Orleans musicians just grown up with the music, so it's so amazing, this city, right?
How long have you been playing? A long time?
About 2 years. No, I've been playing a while. I've been playing. I started gospel. I've been through all genres of music. Gospel. Only thing I haven't played was punk rock, and I'm getting ready to start that next week. But yeah. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. But I've played gospel tradition. I also played traditional jazz banjo with Mr. Kerry Lewis back here. And it's been like she said, it's New Orleans. I was raised in New Orleans, born in New Orleans, raised in New Orleans, and it's a part of my system now. Everything I do is about the music.
Did you want to answer that? Okay, cool. We got a question right here.
When I was 10, I used to play piano and sing at a park piano in Metairie.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom signed me up for piano and sing lessons.
Okay.
And I used to sing songs and win contests.
Really good at playing what? Hallelujah. That it seems like you may want to play something another time, right? Well, that's cool. That's awesome. Do you still know how to sing the song? All right, all right. Next time, become prepared. We'll put you on the spot. All right, question over here. Dance to jazz? There's many types. I don't. You just find the groove. That's a pretty interesting question. Yep. I like to follow 2 and 4. You know. Yeah, you just follow the groove, just like you dance to pop music. But I will say there are certain type of genres like free jazz. I'm not sure if anyone's dancing to that. I know I couldn't. But yeah, I know there's some more questions. Yes, all the way in the back, and please speak loudly.
How is jazz singing different from other types of singing? Like, is there a different style or different technique for it versus interpretation, anything like that?
Well, I would say each genre or like larger umbrella has their own approach and technique to it. I approach jazz in a natural, organic way. I use my natural voice, but according to the school that I went to, I got my first degree in vocal performance, and that was a classical track. But with classical, it's supposed to be the voice in its natural form. But for me, classical isn't what comes naturally to my body. I had to train to develop that voice. And how is it different? Well, the rhythms are different. The place of where we find our vocal support and strength is different. Where we resonate from is different. There's so many layers in how we may approach singing. And for me, like just paying attention to the rhythm, and also there's a little room for improvisation in classical, but there's a lot of room for interpretation, and both require interpreting the music. I hear a lot of people say, with classical music it's very strict. That isn't necessarily all the way true. There is a element and level of staying true to the music, but it's also room for the artist to interpret it and make the music their own. So I find a lot of classical pieces where I'm like, okay, how do I fit this in my body? And the same approach goes to jazz and any other genre, gospel, blues, pop. Does that answer your question? Okay, good. All right, back to you. I do. I love that music. Well, that's awesome. Give a hand clap for her. So that means and when is your next show? We got to get you on stage again. I keep on hearing used to. Why not do it again? I know there are many programs. You better keep that going. Music can take you so many places. Yes. Well, I hope you continue your journey in music and continue to travel around the world doing it. And best of luck to you in Florida. Yeah, no problem. We have time for about 2 more questions. Yep, hand right here.
You mentioned blues. How much of blues is influenced in
So much of it is influenced in jazz, and I'll actually let the younger musicians come and take this question.
Well, blues is it's a great deal involved in jazz. Not only in its presentation, but as well as the form. Uses a lot of blues form, which is not dictated to a certain amount of measures. It follows the melody and the harmonic structure, which can be determined by whatever is brought forth as a blues is not just something that's sad. It's not something that's meant to depict a sad occasion. I mean, there are some marches that are written to a blues form or a traditional blues form that we might use in some of our traditional music. But you have, I'd say, about 65% of your New Orleans traditional music tunes are written off of a blues situation. It's not anything that's just particularly depicted as blues, but it has blues is more of a bent tone, field holler, some incorporation of some growls. It's a phrasing thing as well. It's not just something that you can strictly just call, okay, I'm going to play a blues or the blues for this. It can be an interpretation of a folk song that has a blues feeling to it. So it's more of an interpretive type situation. But I would say about 65% of your traditional New Orleans music is blues or blues oriented.
Well, I can see a question over here. My favorite jazz song. I've gotten this question before, and I didn't come back with an actual answer. But my favorite, I don't have one. I really do not have one, but I'll give you a song that you should check out. That would be, try Afro Blue by Mongo Santa Maria. Yeah, check that out. That's not my favorite though, but it's a good song. Is that good? All right, good. I think no one else is raising their hand. Going once, all right. Try another instrument. Yeah, try another instrument because, like for example, with piano, I love the instrument, but do I like practicing the instrument? Not really. But I know that that's what I need to get better. And also finding different ways to approach the instrument is a good way to like get involved in it. So actually, I just had a lesson where the instructor he brought me back to the fundamentals because I want to play all these chords and play all these scales. And he's just like, just practice on the technique and getting the weight down on the piano. So just doing simple things like that can help someone fall in love with the instrument, but also just trying a different one. I played many other instruments, and do I play them now? Not so much, but it was nice to take a step back and go in a different direction to bring myself back into what I really love. Even from singing, sometimes singing is a bit much and it just overwhelms me, but if I go other places, I can get back to the root. So that may help. Yeah. Does that answer your question? Yeah. What instrument are you playing now? Yeah. Piano. What do you enjoy about the piano? Not much? Well, I can say just try, even drums, just playing rhythms. Stepping away from the instrument can definitely provide hope. Huh? Is that what I said? But yeah, just stepping away from the instrument can provide some help. It's okay. It's all okay. But yeah. I think this is time to get back to the music. Y'all look a little sleepy. Is the heat getting to y'all? Talking? We have a song for you to wake y'all up. And it's another one of those tunes where you done got fed up with someone and you're like, you know what? Forget you. Someday you'll be sorry. And it's led by Ms. Haruka. another song, so good luck. Maybe with you, and may your future dreams come true. You won't find another to be your very best lover. Someday you'll be sorry, dear. Someday you'll be sorry. The way you treated me was wrong. I was the one who taught you all that you know. Your friends have sent you to make me sing another song. So good luck, good luck. Maybe with you, and may your future dreams come true. You won't find another to be your very best lover. Someday you'll be sorry, dear. Thank you. So if you're ever having a hard time with someone, just bring them back to this live stream or recording and just zoom on this song and be like, this is how I feel. All right, so this next tune is, again, a part of the jazz tradition, but also when jazz was starting to develop outside of New Orleans, a lot of tunes that are part of the Great American Songbook and part of jazz standards were taken from musicals and operas. In New Orleans, at the time during when jazz was being developed, was also a big opera city. We were one of the first places to have opera houses. And so this next tune is from an opera called Porgy and Bess, and you might have guessed it, the tune is Summertime. Oh, you got it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and my is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, things you're gonna rise up singing. Then you'll spread your wings, then you take to the sky. But till that morning, there's nothing that can harm you. With your daddy and baby standing by. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Oh, your daddy is rich and your ma is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime, 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 and it gets so hot, hot, hot. I just wanna stay indoors all day, lay in the shade, and the living is easy. One of these mornings you're gonna rise up singing. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So hush, little baby, don't you. That's Summertime. Normally that song is done in 4, but because we're interpreting this music, we have the liberty or the authority in a way to change and find our own meanings in this. So the next song we're going to do is, we're just going to do it. You got to guess. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans and miss her each night and day? I know I'm not wrong. I miss the one I care for. The longer I stay away, miss the moss-covered vines, the tall sugar pines, where mockingbirds used to sing. And I like to see that lazy Mississippi hurrying into spring. Moonlight on the bayou, Creole tunes fill the air. I dream of magnolias, and soon I'm wishing I was there. Do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? Well, that is where you left your heart. And there's one thing more. I miss the one I care for. Each night I'm away. a hard song. Whoever wrote that, oh, I do know who wrote it. They need a raise, but they're already passed. It's okay. Well, the last song is Going Back Home to New Orleans. So hopefully when you go back to your homes, you think about New Orleans. You're like, man, I miss, and I want to come back to New Orleans. So thank you for sharing your time with us. There are some things that I want to mention to you before I forget, before you head back. So that's please follow us on social medias at NOLA Jazz NHP. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, NOLA Jazz NHP. Please visit our visitor center. For the people that may have came to the visitor center at 916, we have officially moved back and we're down at 419 Decatur Street. So you can find us at 419 Decatur Street. Follow us. Actually, we already did the social media. Find us on our website at nps.gov/jazz. So that's all the things. I don't see y'all pulling out your phones. Y'all just looking at me like, what? But thank you for sharing your time. Again, thank you to the New Orleans Jazz Museum. You can find them at nolajazzmuseum.org. And I believe there's a 5 o'clock show. 5 o'clock show either in here. They're not doing the balcony. They're not going to torture people. But we're going to send you off with Going Back Home. Going back home, T98 to the land of the beautiful queen. I'm going back home to my baby, going back to New Orleans. I'm going back home, T98 to the land of the beautiful queen. I'm going back home to my baby, going back to New Orleans. Senior. out to Miles Davis, Carrie Lewis Sr., Detroit Brooks, Haruka Kakachi. I'm Jay Purdue. Thank you for coming through. See y'all next time. See y'all next time. Thank y'all for being a wonderful audience.